Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. I want to start, this is so silly, but with my shirt. It says, "Get cheese, dumbass." I don't even know 100% what that means, but Logan created it, I bought it, and so yeah, I just wanted to show it to you guys. I don't wear this shirt in public a lot, because I just don't want questions, I guess. But I do like it. I like the color scheme. I want to support my kid when he does his art. So there we go. It's a weird shirt for me to wear, and the subject I'm going to breach right now, which is death, which I have breached several times this year. Not intentionally, because I've had a lot of people die around me, a lot of friends, and the reason I brought it up was because with this new phone, I obviously had to transfer my contacts, and it didn't go well. So I had to manually go through the old phone and transfer the contacts to the new phone, which wasn't really that bad. I found out I only have 120 contacts that I really need. I probably had about double, maybe triple that. I didn't get a count, but it felt like I'm going to say about 2/3 of the names I went through I didn't keep. There are people that are either just not friends anymore, or I'm close enough. No, not really. Just, I wouldn't even say not friends anymore. We're just old contacts, former coworkers, people that used to work with Dante or Logan that don't anymore, stuff like that. Old girlfriends, things like that. So, not trust me, that list was not extensive, but yeah. So, but going through that, I ran into this. So maybe this shirt is kind of, and maybe I should put the candles a little closer. So we got a little hell theme going, or heaven, as fate may have it, whatever works. I'd like to think the people that have died around me this year have gone to heaven, if there is such a place. But yeah, I saw there are other people that I haven't even addressed this year. I've definitely done videos about my friend Jay Jones, who died back in May, I believe, maybe April. My friend John Marsh, who died in June. My high school classmate and friend Renato Archuleta, who died back in January, I believe. I've done videos about all three of those people. I think I did 2 parts about John, because he was by far the closest to me out of those three people. And just as for those of you that listen and watch this, quite an amazing man. But came across a couple more today, especially one that really stands out. As I was going through, and just like, oh, another dead person. I mean, there were actually a few. One was a guy, kind of funny to me, because his name was Toad. That wasn't his name, but that's what he went by. And he went by Toad so much I honestly don't remember his original name. His real name, I should know it. He was married to a former high school classmate, and also dated another former high school classmate, and that's how I became friends with him. Was when I destroyed my marriage and started going out with Tina, and got into her circle of friends from high school and beyond. And so that's how I knew this guy. He was a very nice guy. Unfortunately succumbed to can't remember what it was, but he died a few years ago, and he led a pretty unhealthy life. He was a little on the heavy side. He smoked. According to Tina, he did a lot of drugs when he was younger, and so and according to his wife Jody, you may know her, class of '86, Jody Harlan, sweet girl, and struggled with his struggles. They raised, I think, 2 nice kids, though. I'm at least one daughter. I think a daughter and a son, or maybe 2 daughters. I can't remember, but I definitely met the kids. I just remember they're nice people. So yeah, I saw that today, and then another one that really hit me was another guy who died a few years ago. And all these people, by the way, it's not like these people are in their 80s. All these people all of my friends that have died recently are all in their 50s. And so, that hits. And I think that's true for a lot of us. Think about our parents' generation, probably didn't hit as hard, because when they were in the 50s, it was 20 years ago. They had friends, and they may have heard about, former high school classmates dying, and like, oh, that's too bad. But we have, for better or for worse, the advantage or disadvantage of instant contact. And so you do sometimes get close to people that you may have never had an opportunity to get close to. And so there are times when it kind of hurts you when they pass on. But this one I didn't think about, and I hadn't thought about him in a while. He's a super, super nice guy. and he was just a good dude. And I worked with him at Eastridge Elementary. He would often sub there. He did like you get subs there that'll take like an entire semester. Like say you have a teacher that gets pregnant and wants to take the pregnancy off, or has just had a baby and wants to take the entire year off to bond with the baby, which makes a lot of sense, obviously. And he would take jobs like that because he was a certified teacher, certified substitute, and he was great. He was just the mellowest, mildest guy. And in addition to that, he was an author. His name was Jeff Schilling, and he wrote 3 books, and he encouraged me to finish my book, and he actually was instrumental in getting me to finish my book. And I think, unfortunately, in fact, I know, he died before I could get it published and get him a copy. He died in 2018, and a lot of people in the school really hurt him because he was just, like I said, he was a really good guy, and like I said, helped me. So that was weird. It's just weird going through your phone and finding people who are no longer with us. It was very bizarre. Yeah, so Renetta, John, Jay Jones, Toad, Jeff Schilling. There were probably a few more, and it is an unusual process, just cleansing your phone. And it wasn't like didn't feel like a healthy or unhealthy thing. Like when you write a nasty email and you erase it before you send it. It wasn't that kind of feeling. It was just a feeling of, this is just these are people that I haven't contacted in years. They haven't contacted me. And there are a few that were kind of like on the borderline, like you might, if you get a text from them, it'll either be contextual enough that you'll know who it is, or you'll just go, who is this? And hopefully they'll answer honestly. But yeah, so that's part of the world of the new phone, meeting death. And I do I think this works pretty well. Like, I think most of my friends will probably go to heaven, but I'm not. I'm going to hell. I'm convinced of it. First of all, I'm an atheist. That hurts. Secondly, I'm a comic. And thirdly, I don't know, I'm not a bad person, but I've done some things that I'm not proud of. And I really don't believe in it anyway. Like I said, this is maybe going to turn into a little philosophical stuff for the last 3 minutes, but I honestly believe if there is a God, for one thing, he has not done great lately. The planet's on fire. There are many hateful people that get away with horrific things on this planet and don't seem to get punished for it. Maybe they do in the afterlife, if there is such a thing. But if there is a God, I'd like to think, and I've always said this, or for a very long time, all my adult life I've said, I would like to think he's such an intelligent being, he will have seen my life when I get to the pearly gates or wherever judgment happens, and he'll make the call there. If he's such a fucking arrogant prick that all he cares about is whether I believed in him or not, or had his son as my holy savior, screw him. I'll be fine in hell. And a lot of you know that I do a joke about doing comedy in hell. It's a joke that needs to be polished, but it's a solid joke because it just says, hey, who's going to be doing comedy in hell? All the best comedians. Louis C.K., Richard Pryor, George Carlin, all the greats. And I'd rather be down there with them than up in heaven doing, comedy with Bob Hope and Sinbad. It's going to be boring, So I extend the joke more than that, but I just wanted to refer to that. I'm also obviously thinking a lot about death lately with my father. He's doing a lot better, actually. He hates where he is, but he's got a renewed energy to fuel his hate. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But he seems like he's slightly healthier. And I know the summer was stressful for him. I maybe wasn't as empathetic as I should have been, but I also know that he could have done better too. He could have let go of his control issues and let me get things done. My stepmother from New York told me I need to be more empathetic and in the moment. And I'm just like, I'm here. You're not. I didn't say it to her because that's not going to bear any fruit. But I was just like, why are you lecturing me on being empathetic and there for him when you're doing neither of those things at this point? You left because he was not the greatest guy. After so many years of abuse, you couldn't take it anymore. So, and I'm used to the abuse. I've had it my whole life. It hasn't been horrible, but I don't think he knew what to do. He wasn't that great of a dad. And now I'm a loyal kid, so I'm going to be here for the last, however long it is of his life. We'll just see, and hopefully he has a good few years left. Anyway, That's kind of babbling, but mostly about death. And like I said, I thought the T-shirt and the candles were appropriate. Talk to you guys next time. I might start getting more into the political, but I also have a lot of treats in the next few episodes. More stuff I found with my dad's stuff, which is kind of fascinating. All right, thanks you guys. See you next time. Bye.